Welcome to Symbols and Cynicism, a podcast where we talk about all of the things I love, some of the things I hate, and this wacky adventure that we call life. My name is Bob, I'm your host, and I'm so glad you're here today as we take a deep dive into the best Christmas movie ever, have some bourbon with Matt, wrap up Season 2 and preview Season 3, and you're darn right it's a Christmas movie. Lots to do. Let's get rolling. Welcome back. We are nearing the end of Season 2. We're going to talk about that in a minute and roll into 3. Before we do that, we do have a couple pieces of fan mail from this week. So one listener sent the following. I was today years old when I realized Russ Griswold and Leonard Hofstadter are the same person. Yeah, I did mention in last episode when we were talking about movies, I mentioned Johnny Galecki, who plays Russ in Christmas Vacation, and I think that tripped the memory. Oh wait, Johnny Galecki, yes, he's Leonard in The Big Bang Theory. And if that blew your mind, this might also blow your mind. He also played the boyfriend of one of the daughters, I think, in Roseanne, the sitcom Roseanne. Same listener continues on with, also, I hate peanut brittle. Everything you said is valid. If you want to worry about breaking my tooth, I bite into a wrench or something. Hey, look, I'm with you. Peanut brittle sucks. Another listener, this is through the app, they have to say, great show last week. I have 2 questions/observations. Number 1, Harrison says he likes countdowns. What are his 5 favorite countdowns? I think that's hilarious. I did not ask him this week, but I do have it on my notes for next season. We're going to try to get some sort of countdown of countdowns. I don't know how that's going to work, but I love that idea. And number 2, Kathy and Bob are obviously related, but I don't remember who is older. Does Kathy kind of sound talk like Bob, or does Bob kind of sound talk like Kathy? Either way, the podcast needs more Kathy. I might cut that out. She doesn't need to hear that. I am the older sibling by 4 years, so she sounds and talks like me because I was on this earth first. Thanks for writing in. We are always glad to hear from you. We do this because of you, and hearing back from you, whether it's agreement or disagreement, is always super fun. Nice dopamine hit when those texts come in. Let's talk a little bit about Season 3. We're coming to the end of Season 2. This is going to be our last new episode. Next week will be a highlight show, and we're kind of going through all of Season 2 and kind of picking out some of our favorites and going through that. So that will be up next week. We will be back with a new episode on January 12th. We're sticking to that Monday release date. So after a couple weeks off for the holidays, for us to rest, it's going to be back to Season 3. What are we doing in Season 3? Well, Star Wars wise, we've already talked about this. We're going into the Clone Wars animated series. It seems like in every Star Wars episode we've had, I've mentioned Clone Wars animated, like this is the best Star Wars. Clone Wars Animated is my favorite. Rebels is next, and boy, they are super close. I lean towards Clone Wars because more familiar characters, but also more of it. 7 seasons, 133 episodes, whereas Rebels is 4 seasons. Really great stuff in Rebels. Can't wait to get to talk about that. We will not be doing every episode of the Clone Wars. I just mentioned 133 episodes. No way we can do that. We're going to do sort of highlights divided across 4 episodes of the season. So we'll kind of divide that into, the first one will be sort of a preview and overview of the Clone Wars Animated itself, and we'll do some highlights of Season 1. Then we'll do 2 and 3 combined, 4 and 5, and then finally Season 6 and Season 7. So that's how we're going to divide it, and we'll kind of scatter it throughout our season like we do. I would suggest that you go and watch season 1, get started on season 2. I haven't fully mapped out exactly which episodes we're going to do. It's going to be the big, impactful ones. It's going to be the most interesting ones. Not every episode is a wonderful gem. But if you're going to follow along, there's a lot of it. So go ahead and start watching, and we'll kind of let you know what's coming as it comes. We're not starting on our episode 1 with the Clone Wars. What else is coming in the world of music education? Do you remember back to season 1 of our podcast, and we had a couple of interviews, and it was a lot of me talking, and at the end of the season, I said, it was really hard to get interviews because we're a brand new podcast. And then, man, look at this season we just had. We had Dr. Ryan Yale on from Miami University. By the way, they are headed back this week to the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. Dr. Ryan Yale gets to maybe meet Snoop again. They play Fresno State, I think. I don't know. Go Redhawks. I guess there's a football game. The more important thing is the marching bands and Snoop Dogg. So good luck in Arizona. We also had Jay Wardeska on. It was a really great season as far as interviews are concerned. Season 3, look out. We've got J.D. Latour coming back onto the show. He's going to be talking about solo and ensemble and large group OMEA events. He is the adjudicated events chair for OMEA. We are going to talk about using chamber music in the middle school and high school band curriculum. We've got Wendy Davis on to talk about that with us. We are going to talk about middle school band, all about all of the best and worst of what it means to have a great middle school band program. We have Rachel J. Maxwell on to talk about middle school band with us. She is a teacher in Illinois. She has presented at Midwest. She has presented at Illinois Music Educator Association. Her bands have won numerous awards. She has won numerous awards, and she is all about middle school band, and really excited to talk to her about that facet of music education. We're going to have Nick Riley on. Nick is with an indoor drumline called Connexus. They're from Southwest Ohio, and he is deeply involved in the indoor drumline community. So we're going to talk to Nick about indoor drumline. We have Jason Robb joining us. That's right, the genius of Jason Robb. Remember earlier in this season, I read through and talked through a Facebook post of his from a couple of years ago. Well, he's going to be on live, and we're going to be talking about marching band show planning. Jason Robb was a band director in Texas at The Woodlands, Cedar Park, Rouse High School. He now has his own business, Jason Robb Designs, where he's a program coordinator and visual designer. He was on staff with the Madison Scouts as the program coordinator, and currently he serves the Troopers Drum and Bugle Corps as production coordinator. So we're going to be talking with Jason Robb about how to plan and design a marching band show. We have, I hope, keep your fingers crossed, it might be season 3, it might be season 4. We're kind of working out dates. She's very, very busy. We have Carol Britton Chambers. Yes, that Carol Britton Chambers, the composer, the arranger. She wrote for 39 marching bands this past fall. She has tons of middle school and high school band pieces published. We're going to talk to her about being a composer, writing for middle school and high school band, and all things Texas and Carol Britton Chambers. Going to be a fantastic conversation. All of these people, just the most wonderful, intelligent people we could possibly have on. Plus, we're going to be on location in Columbus at the OMEA Professional Development Conference. We're going to be talking concert band, marching band. We've got so much music education coming your way in season 3. I am super excited. And of course, we've got barbecue, we've got bourbon with Matt, we've got rants. Like, don't you hate when you just want to move that picture 1 inch and Word messes up your entire document? Roundabouts? Parking? What about meetings that could have been an email? I tell you, there is a lot going on next season. I hope you're as excited as I am. But first, On today's episode, let's root ourselves in the present. We have a deep dive into the best Christmas movie ever, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We have something neat with Matt, special holiday episode of that. And yes, it is a Christmas movie. Let's put that conversation to bed today. Boy, that's a lot to do. Let's get rolling. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Often just referred to as Christmas Vacation. Everybody knows it. Released December 1st, 1989. I was a freshman in high school. I do not think I went to the movie theater to see this movie. I don't think I did. If I did, I don't remember it. This is one of two Christmas movies released in 1989 that starred Johnny Galecki. The other was Prancer. I've not seen Prancer. I assume it's about the reindeer, or maybe it was like Magic Mike Volume 1. I don't know. Johnny Galecki was, of course, a young kid at this time. He plays Russ in the movie. And I don't know, just a fun fact, he was in two Christmas movies at the same time. Interesting. This movie is the third installment of the, quote, Vacation movies. The original, just called National Lampoon's Vacation. Sometimes it's referred to by Summer Vacation because it happens in the summer, but it's just called Vacation. That was from 1983, one of my all-time favorite movies. Can't not laugh. European Vacation followed that in 1985. Not the best installment, not the funniest. It's watchable if you like the vacation movies. And then, of course, this one from 1989. Following this one would be Vegas Vacation in 97. Not good at all. And Vacation again in 2015, which was like next generation vacation sort of thing. Pretty entertaining movie. I kind of liked that movie. That one's pretty good. But we're here to talk about the original Christmas Vacation, 1989. The first three movies in this series, Vacation, European, and Christmas, were all written, at least in part, by John Hughes, though he was reluctant to participate past the first one. He had this belief that sequels could not succeed, so after Vacation, he sort of had to be drugged back into the other ones. For the second European one, he's a co-writer. Not sure how involved he was. For this one, he is the writer, but only, I think, because it was based on a short story that he had written already from like 1980 as a college student. He had to write this short story, probably as film school or something. I didn't go too deep into it. And he kind of used this basis as a hook for the movie. Hughes was also set to direct this movie after the success of earlier movies of his, including Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 16 Candles, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Pretty in Pink, and others. These are some of the biggest movies of the 80s, and he was set to direct Christmas Vacation. He would resign as director before getting started because he hated Chevy Chase, and he knew the film would not survive without Chevy Chase playing Clark Griswold, and he knew that none of them could survive if the two of them had to work together, so he passed it on, stepped out of the way, and on we go. One of my favorite things about the Vacation movies is that Clark Griswold is always played by Chevy Chase. The mother, Ellen Griswold, is always played by Beverly D'Angelo. They're the same in all the movies, however, the kids change. In fact, in the original Vacation and in the European Vacation movies, Rusty appears to be older than Audrey. It's pretty clear that Rusty is the older of the two siblings. Here in this movie, Rusty is clearly younger. Audrey is the older one. This inconsistency is part of the charm of the movies, in my opinion. It's like they're not even trying to keep a certain level of consistency. Other things are consistent. The family is always from Chicago. They argue and bicker, but they truly love each other as a family, and things always go horribly, horrifically wrong. If you sat down to watch this movie and tried to write down all of the best lines, you would never stop writing, and probably couldn't even keep up with what was going on. It's an absolute treasure chest of lines. We all have our favorites. It's probably best known for its one-liners and slapstick physical comedy of Chevy Chase. It's what he does. It's his verbal timing. It's his physical comedy. It was a staple of him in the 80s. Watch any of his movies or his Saturday Night Live stuff. Every time he came in, he fell down that set of stairs. If you've never seen him falling down the set of stairs on Saturday Night Live, look it up. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. But while we're looking at all the slapstick comedy and funny one-liners, we often overlook something, and something very serious. If I told you to name a movie where a man loved his family more than anything else in the world and was trying his hardest to give them the best Christmas ever, but beyond his control, things went horrifically wrong with family trouble, money trouble, job trouble, and eventually would drive him to the edge of despair and beyond the edge of reason until it seems he might tragically even take his own life. But that in the end, his family and his friends would come to his aid, show him the true meaning of the season, the true meaning of what he means to them, and set right the perspective of how great life is. You might tell me that that's the plot of It's a Wonderful Life, an American classic from 1946 starring Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed. And you'd be right, that is the plot. Jimmy Stewart loses money, he has a conflict with his uncle, he has money problems, he has a house that's got a drafty house, he tries to go kill himself. In the end, he finds out that his family and his friends come to the rescue and save his life. But I would also challenge you that this is the plot of Christmas Vacation. The very beginning of the movie, Clark just wants to give his entire extended family a good old-fashioned Christmas.
Ellen, I want to have Christmas here in our house. It means a lot to me. All my life I've wanted to have a big family Christmas.
He wants the tree and the lights on the house and the house to be warm and the food to be just right in his house. He wants to host. We find near the end that he wants to be like his dad. His dad always hosted Christmas. His dad always read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And he wants to be that man for his family. The presents aren't right, the tree blows up, the turkey's dry, his Christmas bonus never arrives, and he can't pay for the pool for his family this summer. In Clark's words, we're on the threshold of hell. Everything has gone wrong. He even has a tirade about how bad everything is and about this is the end, and holy where's the Tylenol? But in the very end, after the family Uncle Eddie comes through, he saves the day. His friends, his boss makes it right. His family is around him and supports him and makes the best of this situation. Clark realizes what Christmas truly means.
No, it's the Christmas star. That's all that matters tonight. Not bonuses or gifts or turkeys or trees. See, kids, it means something different to everybody. Now I know what it means to me.
Why is this the best Christmas movie ever? It's not just the hilarious comedy. It's the meaning. It's the touching ending. If you watch no other movie this holiday season, watch this one. And yes, laugh, for sure, but also catch the meaning of Christmas. Merry Christmas. Go watch your favorite Christmas movie. Hey, happy birthday, Matt.
Thank you.
And not only happy birthday, but a Merry Christmas.
Yes, it's almost happy birthday, Jesus.
It is
Jesus
almost.
and I share the same birthday.
Not
Virtually.
year,
Just the date.
You're not 2025 years old.
There are days.
There are days where it feels like it. Well, we've got our bourbon here with us. We decided to do something a little different. We chose two different things. It's the holiday season, and I've chosen one of my new favorites. This is a new one for me. It's an Elijah Craig small batch. Big fan of this.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's got a nice caramely smell, very, very smooth. Goes down very, very sweet. It's just my speed. Almost no spice, but it is warm as it hits the gullet. You sort of feel it going down. It's good on a cold day like today.
This may be blasphemy to some, but early on, like I could never find a bottle of Blanton's anywhere other than actually going down to the distillery down at Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
But I'd heard somebody compare Elijah Craig to Blanton's. And after trying both of them, I would say they're pretty darn close. And obviously you can get your hands on Elijah Craig a lot easier.
I've had both, and I, like you, not Blanton's not readily available in Northwest Ohio. Did get a bottle down in Kentucky, and I like it. I would take Elijah Craig 2-1, in my opinion, over Blanton's. I don't know where the price points are anymore. Are they about the same?
Blanton's, I think, at the distillery is between 65 and 70.
Yeah.
And I think Elijah Craig is in the 45 to 55 range, maybe.
Problem with Elijah Craig is there's no horsey on top.
Well, you can 3D print a horsey.
That's true. I couldn't because I don't have a 3D printer. But so I'm a Elijah Craig small batch. What do you have in your Glencairn there?
So we're going on the cheaper side because this is the season when everybody likes to have a lot of cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you still want to have a very good bourbon or whiskey to mix in your cocktails. A lot of people will just go straight with Jack Daniels and say that this is what I'm going to mix in, that's perfectly acceptable.
Sure.
But if you want to get a little bit more finesse out of it, then one that I found that is right now, I think the market value is 12, which it's gone up $2 since I bought my bottle. I bought mine for 10. It's called Ancient Age, which is also bottled from Buffalo Trace. So it's still a Buffalo Trace product.
Oh, well, we're still on the,
Yeah. And now, is it good to sip on its own? Sure. I mean, it's what you would expect sort of out of a $12 bourbon. But mixing it in with a cocktail, it's got its sweet notes. Obviously the vanilla and caramel. I think it would go great in any sort of cocktail that you would want to use bourbon in, or if you'd want to use it for baking purposes or anything like that, it would be a good non-straight up Jack Daniel Jim Beam bourbon.
Because you're using a bourbon in a baking recipe or in a cocktail, do you generally not use a high-priced bourbon because you're you're diluting the flavor anyway?
Yeah, I mean, it would be like, I don't know what a direct comparison would be, but it would be like putting plastic seat covers on a Porsche. Like, if you're going to buy the high-priced vehicle, then you just need to use the high-priced vehicle and not do anything fancy with it.
That's why I think when I go and I order a old-fashioned and they ask what kind of bourbon, I usually just go with something,
And
normal. I don't know, normal's the wrong word, but then also when you go to the higher-end restaurants and they have their own like house old-fashioned, it's always a very high-priced or complicated sort of bourbon. So that's sort of contrary there.
And it sort of depends on, some people when they have their cocktails, if it's a sweet cocktail like an old fashioned where you have sugar and bitters, which is weird that bitters is sweet, but to me it gives it a little bit of a sweet taste.
Yeah.
Or you may make it with simple syrup or maple syrup. So you may not want a sweet bourbon like a Woodford Double Oak. You may want a rye so that the bourbon counterbalances the sweetness.
And I like a rye in my old fashioned. When I make it here at the house, I go with a maple syrup. I have a maple syrup, very good stuff. Very good. We need to do a cocktail recipe.
We should.
Night. But that's not tonight. While we sip our bourbon here, we are going to talk about Christmas music. My apologies to everyone, including you and all of the people. Last week's episode was actually our top 10 bottom 2 episode. I forgot to tell you and schedule a thing, and then life happened. So I thought, we'll just save it. We already had it planned, but we'll save it. So you're a week late. This is the bonus round, if you want to look at it that way. So you have mentioned in episodes past that you don't mind listening to Christmas music all year. Some days you just You just turn it on and
Some days you just fire it up and listen to it.
and go for it. I love Christmas music myself, especially this time of year. Lots and lots of great Christmas tunes. Matt has picked 5 of his top. I'm going to go a little different direction, throwing a curveball at you. Instead of a top 5, I'm doing a bottom 5. I'm doing a worst 5 top 1, because there's a lot of bad songs out there that are just stupid and I don't like them. So I'm going to go bottom 5 while you go top 5. And then when you go bottom 1, I'll go top 1.
Okay.
That's fair. All right. So let's start with you. What is your 5th favorite holiday Christmas song?
Well, first of all, for me being what I would consider a proficient connoisseur of Christmas music, it was hard to find a top 5. And more specifically, I found my top 5 songs and my favorite versions of those songs.
Ooh, all right.
So number 5 is Somewhere in My Memory from Home Alone. Like the Home Alone movies, they were a Christmas staple in our family. And so like
Classics.
listening to that in the background is nostalgic in a way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My 5th least favorite is Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
This song, the lyrics are crazed. I mean, the moon is up, the night is here. I mean, it sounds like we're having a bit of a seance. And then at the last moment, somebody walks in and they just go, hey, no, we're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Oh, no, don't worry about it. And then the person leaves and we go back to it's really, really weird.
It's chaotic.
It's chaotic.
And honestly, if you asked me what the lyrics were to that song, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty weird. It's pretty crazy. I'll go to my number 4 because we're staying sort of in the same thing here. Happy Christmas, The War Is Over by John Lennon. First of all, happy Christmas. Who in their right mind says happy Christmas? Have you ever said that? Happy holidays, happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
That's not a common thing.
Merry Christmas. And then the war is over, and you have Yoko and the children's choir singing just...
Yeah, the children are singing The War Is Over.
Yeah, just badly.
How dystopian is that?
Not bad. So not to go all anti-Beatles on us here, but my 5 is Paul McCartney. My 4 is John Lennon. But let's get a good one. What's your number 4 favorite?
Number 4 comes in from Denver and the Mile High Orchestra. It is The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. This is a great arrangement. And I don't know, it's just this is a good, I don't know, get you in the holiday spirit song.
It's nice. It's nice and peppy. It's got a little lilt to it.
Yes, it is. It's just perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. What about number 3?
Number 3, I have Mary Did You Know? And this is actually an arrangement from, it was called The Birth of a King. This was a show that they recorded down at Belmont University a couple years ago. It's Tommy Profit that did it. And Jordan Smith did this arrangement of it. And it is angelic in a way.
Angelic.
Yes.
Well, my number 3 worst Christmas song is Mary Did You Know?
Oh, perfect. So are we going to fight now, or you want to fight later?
Yeah, let's fight now. I mean, the idea is, Mary, did you know that you're giving birth to the baby Jesus or whatever? Yes, she knew. Read Luke 1. The angel told her, yes, you're pregnant. Yes, it's a virgin birth. Yes, he's going to be the King of Kings and Lord of... I mean, like, it's right there. It's right there in the Bible. Mary knew. The song is dumb because the answer is yes, she knew.
However...
There's no however.
However, as a new parent myself, I understand the amount
you didn't know? You didn't?
No. I mean, we knew that we were having a baby. But the amount of unsolicited advice that we got from people, a song like this doesn't surprise me. Like, hey, did you know that your baby's going to poop its pants?
So,
we did.
So what you're saying is the lyricist or singer, as it were, is it's more ironic.
Yes.
From a bad advice standpoint. It's sarcastic.
Yes.
Hey, did you know you're giving birth to the baby, Jesus?
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
You know what? Taken from that angle, you might have changed my mind, actually.
Well, I mean, let's not get carried away here.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
I still think it's a dumb song. Number 2 for me, is Baby, It's Cold Outside.
Hmm.
This is usually a duet,
Mm-hmm.
usually a male singer with a female singer.
Mm-hmm.
And the male singer says, like, or the female singer says, like, it's time to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And the male singer says, well, but it's cold outside. She says, but I gotta go. And he says, well, but the fire's warm. And she says, but I gotta go. And he says, but have a drink. It's very, very like date rapey.
It is. Yes.
Very, very, very sexual predator-ish.
Yes.
And it creeps me out. This is not the message I think that we want to send at any time of year, especially during Christmas, but anytime.
You know, it's interesting. While we're sort of on that topic of, you know, relationships
of sexual predator.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of relationships and Christmas music, I find it a little bit hysterical that Mariah Carey at the beginning of her song says that she doesn't want much for Christmas.
Yeah, not much.
And then later on reveals to you that it's you that she wants.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I can relate a little bit in that instance that they don't want a lot for Christmas. They just want me.
Yeah, no. So Baby, It's Cold Outside. No, not okay. Not for me. Number 2, what do you got?
Oh, Holy Night. And I don't remember which arrangement I picked for this because there are a lot of good arrangements. This might be still from, yes, it's still from the Birth of a King concert. This is a duet that is just, I know I've already said angelic, but they were all angelic.
It's the, it's the normal Oh Holy Night, just a different version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great melody, great song. I like that one. It's
Couple key changes.
good. Ooh, everybody loves a good key change.
Oh, it's perfect.
What about number 1? What is your most favorite?
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, love Frank.
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. This is, and I don't, I don't know if anybody ever picked up on this, but whenever we would have a choir Christmas concert or a band Christmas concert, this is always the walkout song that I would play.
Oh,
Start the season off right. Hey, have yourself a merry little Christmas.
I never noticed it. And as far as music and singing is concerned, man, Sinatra never did a thing wrong.
No.
One of my favorite albums, this is away from Christmas, but one of my favorite albums of all time is Sinatra at the Sands. Just live recording from the Sands in Las Vegas. Frickin' one of the best jazz albums of all time. My least favorite, if you listen to last episode, it's no mystery, Little Drummer Boy. There's just nothing redeemable. That's just the dumbest song. Like, hey, yeah, oh, look, we have a little baby. Oh, how about some rim shots? Oh, yeah, sure. What we want is really jarring, loud, obnoxious music while our baby is trying to sleep. As a new father, I was a year and a half, not new anymore, but I apologize, Matthew, for not coming to your house after the birth of your daughter with my drum and playing a drum solo for her. It never even occurred to me.
I mean, she probably would have loved it, to be honest with you.
She probably would have. Uncle Bob showing up with his drum.
Yeah. No, she probably would have knocked on the door and said, "Hey, Dad, Uncle Bob's back."
Throw down some Madison Scouts 94. All right, so that is our best/worst. Now, what's your worst, your least favorite?
This song, if I could, I would probably reach into my radio in the truck and throw it out the window if it ever comes on, is Santa Baby.
What makes you hate that song?
It is it's atrocious.
Okay.
Just absolutely atrocious.
Okay.
I hate it. There's nothing Christmas about it.
Well, my favorite, top of my favorites would be Sleigh Ride, all day, every day, in all of its forms, symphonic, vocal, all of the things. Love me some Sleigh Rides.
It's a true staple.
True staple.
True staple.
Classic. Well, if you want to listen along with all of our favorites and least favorites, we created a Spotify playlist, Symbols and Cynicism Spotify playlist. It's going to be a link in this description. So if you want to go down to the description, the show notes, click on that Spotify. It's going to have Matt's favorites. It's going to have my actual favorites, not my least favorites. And also in that playlist, I've put the tunes from last week that Dane and I discussed from concert band music. So hopefully that could be a nice Christmas soundtrack for your holiday season. Last question I've been asking all of my top 10 guests, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Correct answer.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What about what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh boy. I mean, let's go ahead and set aside Home Alone because I
Because it
mean
sucks.
those are, well, I mean, that's your opinion.
They suck.
It's okay to be wrong every once in a while.
Fine.
So it's not technically a classic Christmas movie,
That's okay.
but I love watching the Nutcracker Ballet
Ooh.
at Christmas time.
Ooh.
Mostly because for several years I was the stage manager for the Ballet Theater of Toledo,
Yeah.
up in obviously Toledo.
Yeah.
And they would do the Nutcracker every year. So I mean, I've listened to the show probably 1.5 million
A million times, yeah.
So it's the only ballet that I kind of understand.
Yeah.
But it's just so it's peaceful to watch.
Well, there's so much beauty involved, when you get, especially in the second act, when you get to all of the countries and you're going through all of the country songs and all. I love the first act. That's my jam. It's got all the most maybe well-known things. And you get
the end of the first act and the snow scene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just, over the last week, seen lots of people on social media going to various different versions of it.
There is a Disney adaptation of the Nutcracker. It's like Nutcracker in the Four Realms, maybe.
Not seen that.
It's pretty good. Good
Yeah.
music. I think James Newton Howard wrote the music.
Okay.
It's a pretty good one.
He kind of knows what he's doing.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us today, doing a little bourbon and a little Christmas. Wishing you and your family, all of your loved ones, a safe, happy holidays and Merry New Year. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.
The war is over.
No, breathe. Find your happy place.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Period. Longest rant ever. Here we go. Over a year before Christmas Vacation in 1988, there was maybe one of the other best Christmas movies ever, Die Hard. I didn't put this on my list of top 5 because I didn't want to get into it, but it is a top 5 Christmas movie. And everyone says the same thing. It takes place on Christmas Eve at a Christmas party and a family is reunited. And that's their reasoning. And that's all true. And I think that's enough. But other people don't think that's enough. So I went deeper. Why did I go deeper? For you. That's why, the listener, because I love you and I love this movie and I want to give you all of the best reasons. So I watched it. I took notes. I did the research. At the beginning of this movie, John McClane is getting off an airplane carrying a Christmas gift for his kids. The airline attendant is wishing everyone a Merry Christmas as they leave. You can hear it on the PA system. He gets in the limo. He asks the driver for Christmas music, and Argyle, the limo driver, replies that it's already playing. Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC, by the way. It's already in the tape deck. The limo driver is playing Christmas music. John McClane is whistling Jingle Bells. Hans Gruber, the bad guy, he's whistling Ode to Joy. There are Christmas decorations on a dead terrorist. There are Christmas lights on trees outside the Nakatomi building. The police officer and security guard exchange Merry Christmas greetings. The police officer then sings to himself, "Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow." The bad guys are using "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" as a poem. There's more Ode to Joy. The last main words of this script are Merry Christmas. We roll the credits to Ode to Joy. Music credits include Winter Wonderland, Christmas in Hollis, and Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. Not convinced yet? This movie could take place at any time of year. Reindeer droppings. McClane is only in LA to save the day because of the holiday season. The rekindling of the relationship that he desires with his wife is only because it's the holiday and he misses his family, misses his kids. He wants to make that connection. The robbery occurs. Why? On this day. Why? Because it's a holiday. There's less activity in the building on Christmas Eve. There's less security in the building in Christmas Eve. There are less policemen on duty in the city because it's Christmas Eve. Powell is the one to respond because he's the only one on duty on Christmas Eve. He's not even a beat cop. He's an office worker. That's why they're robbing it on this day. It has to be Christmas Eve. What about other Christmas themes? Well, we're waiting on a child to be born. The cop's wife is pregnant. We're waiting on her to give birth. We're waiting on the birth of a child. We're looking for a lone savior. One man, John McClane, at the top of the one savior. One man against the forces of evil, just like Jesus. There are 12 terrorists. Hello? Apostles? Anyone? McClane's bloody hands, bloody feet, and blood on his head, just like Jesus. And none of this would stand true against a non-Christmas backdrop. Hey, did you know that Die Hard was released in July? How could a Christmas movie be released in July? Have you ever heard of a little movie called Miracle on 34th Street? It was released in May. What about The Santa Claus, November 3rd? Elf, November 7th. White Christmas? The movie is called White Christmas. It was released on October 14th. Polar Express, November 10th. The Nightmare Before Christmas, October 29th. Gremlins, June 8th. There are too many F-bombs. Okay, I might give you this one. There are 50 F-bombs in this movie and a total of 77 swear words. But I would also give you Bad Santa. Clearly a Christmas movie, and that has 255 curse words. I don't have the breakdown on F-bombs to others. Doesn't matter. There are more than 3 times the number of swear words in Bad Santa. By the way, the word Christmas appears in Die Hard 18 times. There's too much death for it to be a Christmas movie. Look, only 6 non-terrorist deaths occur. Mr. Takagi, Ellis, and the 4 FBI agents in the helicopter. Now, Mr. Takagi, that's tragic. He seems like a really nice business owner, kind of stand-up individual, and his death is tragic. Ellis, let's face it, he's kind of a coked-up jerk. The FBI agents, they're not much better. They're pretty jerky, too. Even with the terrorists, the total kill count of Die Hard is 23. How does that compare? Violent Night has almost 3 times that with 64. Silent Night, Deadly Night, 64. Gremlins, 803. Nightmare Before Christmas, let me remind you, was released in October. 1,018 deaths in Nightmare Before Christmas. Is this the most violent Christmas movie? Nope. Is it the dirtiest one? Nope. Does it have the most bad language? Nope. Is it the only one released not in December? Nope. So what is your argument? It doesn't feel like a Christmas movie? When was the last time you watched Die Hard? The end truly does feel like a heartwarming moment to me. They've made new friends. Old relationships are mended. They're going home to their family. There is the possible treatment for shock and lifelong trauma scars. What's not Christmassy about all of that? Look, I can't force you to think of this as a Christmas movie. Is it a Hallmark movie? No. Is it a feel-good, funny rom-com? No. It is a shoot-'em-up action movie. If you don't think it's a Christmas movie, fine, that's your opinion, and I'm not going to change your mind. But can we at least agree that it is a great movie? Because I just watched it, and I got to tell you, Christmas or not, it's a fantastic movie. I only have one more thing to say. Yippee-ki-yay, mother and Merry Christmas. I feel a little better. Do you feel better? I feel a little better. Homework for the week. None. No homework. It's holiday break. Relax. Enjoy your family and your friends. Watch Die Hard. Read a book. Enjoy all the hot chocolate that you can stomach. We deserve it. For a lot of us, 2025 was an absolute crap storm of a year. I've never been this here's to a better new year kind of person. I don't think that there's anything magical about the calendar turning from December 31st into January 1st. I don't think that one year turns to another and suddenly fortunes change and everything becomes glorious. But for me and my family, 2025 sucked. And if it was the same for you, then right now, let's take a few weeks to recharge the batteries and welcome in a new year. I, maybe like you, got through 2025 because of my family, my faith, my friends, and not the people I thought were my friends, my actual friends, because of this podcast and you, the listeners. You helped. And honestly, because of just plain grit. Let's leave 2025 and go into 2026, not with the blind hope of a magical new year because there's a different year on our checks, but with our eyes open toward our family, our faith, our true friends, and our personal grit. And yes, this podcast. As the song sort of goes, may our old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. The seas between us broad have roared since the days of old Lang Syne. Cheers to you and your family for a very safe and happy new year and illegitimi non carborundum. I hope you enjoy next week's highlight episode and will join us next season for more reflections and rantings on symbols and cynicism.